Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome to the today's live session. Okay guys, those who have joined, you can see the question over here, okay? And you guys already know you have to reply it in yes or no, okay? So your question is, can a while loop in Python run forever if its conditions never become false? So yes or no? Okay, so everyone is saying yes. So yes is the correct option. Okay. Yes, the while loop will run forever if the condition will never be okay. It never becomes false. So yeah, those who saying yes, it is correct. Okay. Okay, guys, your next question is, does a for loop in Python only work with numbers? Yes or no? Okay, I can see two no's, three no's, one yes. Okay, everyone is majority is saying no. So yeah, no is the correct option. Okay. Yes, the for loop in Python only work with numbers. Okay. So the answer will be no. Okay, guys, your next question is, will the break statement completely exit the loop it is in? Okay, yes or no? Okay, there are three yes, four yes. So those who are saying yes, it is the correct option. Okay, the break statement completely exits the loop. Okay, the loop in which we are using break. So yes. Okay, guys, your next question is, will a for loop always execute at least once in Python? Yes or no? Okay, there is one no and three yes. Okay. Okay. So the people who are saying yes, it is incorrect. No is the correct option because see, for loop in Python is used over the iterables, okay? And if the iterable is empty, suppose if you have a list and list is empty, so it is not going to execute. So, and the question was asking that will the for loop always execute at least once? So then it will be no, because if the list is empty, then it is not going to execute once also, okay? So I hope you guys have understood now. Okay, guys, the next question is, does the range function in Python include its end value? Means, is the end value inside the range function is inclusive in nature? Yes or no? Okay, I can see there are three no's. Okay, so those who are saying no, yes, it is correct because the end value in the range side the range function is exclusive in nature, okay? So it does not get included. So because of that, those who are saying no, it is correct. Okay. Okay, guys, your next question is, does break inside a nested loop exit all levels of loop at once? Yes or no? I'm again repeating the question. Does break inside a nested loop exit all levels of loops at once? Yes or no? Okay, I can see three no's. So, okay. So those who are saying no, yes, it is correct, okay, because it will do what? It will only exit the innermost loop, okay, in which we have used break. So it is not going to take an exit from all the levels of loops at once. So yeah, those are saying no, it is correct. Okay, guys, your question is, can you use enumerate to get both index and value in a loop? Yes or no? Okay, one yes. Okay, three yes and one no till now. So, so those who have said yes, okay, it is correct. And those who have said no, see, enumerate is a function which is used with the data structures and with the loops also. When you use enumerate and you put an iterable inside enumerate, so you will get both the index and the value. Okay, so yes is the correct one. Yes, Karthik. Okay. Okay, guys, your next question is it valid to modify the loop variable inside a for loop in Python? Yes or no? Okay, okay. There is Karthik is saying how enumerate is it different from range? See, range function is used to generate sequence of numbers, okay, using the loop. And enumerate basically it does not generate sequence of numbers, okay? It generates index values based on the values which are put on your iterable. Suppose if you have a list and in your list if you have three items, okay? So enumerate will generate the index values for those items, okay, which are already there. That will be generated by enumerate. So suppose if three items are there, so enumerate will generate 0, 1, 2, okay. Okay, so coming up with the question, people are saying yes, that it is valid to modify. So, yeah, those who are saying yes, it is correct, it is valid, you can modify the root variable, but it is not a good idea, okay? But you can do it. So, yes, it is valid. Question was that it is valid or not, so it is valid. Okay, guys, the next question is, does the while true pattern create an infinite loop? Yes or no? Okay, there is Thugger Jew, Brazil in the house. Welcome, bro. Welcome to the live stream. Okay. So, guys, your question is, does the while true pattern create an infinite loop? Yes or no? And someone is asking, what is the difference? Akansha Reddy is asking, what is the difference between for and while loop? See, whenever when to use for and when to use while. Okay. So, whenever you know in advance how many times you want to iterate, okay, or when you want to iterate over a sequence like list, tuple, string, range, then you can use a for loop. But when you want to repeat the code until a certain condition, okay, until a certain condition becomes false, so then you can go with the while loop. Okay. Yes, Akansha, I have told you that only. Based on the use cases only, I have told you the difference. Okay. Yes, Thagarju, you're correct. Forever is a very strong word. We cannot call it infinite, but in the context of the machine, we can call it infinite because until the system don't does not get crash or the memory stack is not full, till then it will be continuously running and you cannot perform other tasks. Okay, so in that case it becomes infinite only. Okay, I got your point also, you are also correct. Okay, okay, so people are saying yes. Yeah, so those who are saying yes, it is correct. Okay, okay guys, your next question is, can a loops else clause run even if the loop breaks early? Yes or no? I'll again repeat the question. Can a loops else clause run even if the loop breaks early? Yes or no? Okay, there is uh can you put question number in each question while answering it will be easy. Okay, because I'll do what? Now from now onwards, from the next question, I'll put some number over there, okay? Suppose one, I'll start it from one from now, okay? Okay, people are saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, so the question is, can a loop's else clause run even if the loop breaks early? So people are saying yes. Okay, I don't know why everyone is saying yes, but it will be actually no. I have showed you also that if the loop exits early, okay, using the break statement or using anything, if it is exiting early, then the else will not be executed. Okay, so no is the correct option, but I can't see no. So yeah. Okay, guys, your next question is, can zip be used to iterate over two lists at the same time? Yes or no? Okay, there is Karthik, can you explain the while true pattern? Okay, does the while true pattern create an infinite loop? Okay, so meanwhile, guys, give answers to this question. I'll just give the answer to Karthik. See, Karthik, what happens when you write while true? So while loop works with conditions, okay? So in while loop, we have to give a condition, and then the while loop, based on the condition, it will work only when the condition is true, okay? So we have to always put a condition that at some point that the condition will be false. But whenever we write directly while true, so true is a boolean value, it indicates true. So when we put true directly in the while loop, so what happens? That always becomes true. Okay, that is always true. So because of that, it goes on an infinite loop. Okay, because that condition will never be false. Now, for making that condition false, we have only one option when we are using while true. And that option is that we have to use break statement now inside the loop. Then only we can exit. Okay, because the condition use by using the condition, it is never going to be false. Okay, so yeah. It might have repeated. Okay, I'll take care from the next time. Okay, so yes, yes, everyone is saying yes. Okay, so yes, yes is the correct option. Now one more question is there. Now people were was confused when I have asked a question first time. Let's see now how the people will reply. Will for x in a empty list run at least once? Yes or no? I'll again repeat the question. Will for x in a empty list runs at least once? Okay, no, no. Okay, I can see three no's. Okay, there is one yes. Okay, so those who are saying no, it's correct. Okay, and those who have said yes, see, there was one more question like this, and I've said the same thing. Now I'm going to repeat the same things. If the iterable, suppose list is an iterable, if the iterable does not have any item in it, so the for loop will not going to execute. Okay, once also. So yeah. Okay, guys, your next question is: will the pass statement terminate a loop immediately? Yes or no? Okay, there is one yes in the chat. Okay. Okay, one more yes, one more yes, one more yes. Okay, everyone is saying yes, but actually it's no. Means I can, means I can understand why you guys are saying yes. It means that it is not going to execute. You guys are thinking like that only, okay? But actually, pass is a statement which is used to do nothing, okay? When you have created a loop, or not only a loop, when you have, yeah, actually, Ritesh Kumar is right. No is the answer, okay? No is the correct option. I'll explain you why. See, pass is a statement which is used to perform nothing, okay? It basically means that suppose if you have to create an empty loop, okay, if you have to create a empty function, if you have to create an empty class, then pass is a statement which you can use to just make it, that function, that class, or that loop do nothing. So it does not mean terminate immediately, okay? Do nothing and terminates immediately, both are different things, okay? So I hope you guys have now, okay, got the point. Okay, Subham is saying that, okay, instead of pass, why don't we use just continue if both does the same thing? No, pass and continue does the same thing. Continue is used for skipping the correct iteration. Pass is a statement which is used for, means basically empty. If you want to create a function or a loop or a class, but that particular loop, particular function or particular class, for now you don't know that what that blocks will is going to do. Okay, for now you are blank. Okay, so then, but you know, but you want the name of that function. Okay, so then you can use the pass, because in Python, if you'll go and create a function or create a loop and you leave it empty, so then you will get a syntax error. Okay, and if you don't want that syntax error, then you can use pass. Okay, so because of that, pass is used, and continue is for skipping the particular current iteration. So they're not same. Okay, guys, your next question is, can a while loop have more than one condition in Python? Okay, yes or no? Okay, there is one yes. Okay, two yes. Okay, three yeses. Okay, so I'm going with yes. So those who are saying yes, yes, it is correct. Okay, we can use compound conditions also using the operators and or. Okay, okay, guys. Your next question is, can a for loop be used to unpack tuples directly? Yes or no? Okay, yes, two yes, three yes. So I'll go with yes. So those who are saying yes, it is correct. Okay, it can be used. For loop can be used to unpack tuples directly. Okay. Okay, guys. Now, this is one of the interesting questions, and I think that only those people can reply this question answer correctly, those who have used both. Okay. So your question is, can list comprehension be used as a compact alternative to loops? Yes or no? I can see one yes is there. Okay. I'll again repeat the question. Can list comprehension be used as a compact alternative to loops? Yes or no? Okay, three yes. Okay, one more yes. So those who are saying yes, it is correct. Okay. Okay, one more question is there. Okay, guys, your next question is, can you use a loop without writing its body on a new line in Python? Yes or no? Okay, there is a question from Akansha Reddy that there is one doubt in which case we use eval and input in user input functions. Okay. So let me tell you the answer of this question, that is, can you use a loop without writing its body on a new line in Python? People are saying yes, yes. There is one no, then yes, three yeses and one no. So guys, basically the answer will be yes, you can do it. And now the previous question which we have seen, using pass statement, okay? So using pass, we can do it. If you write pass, so you can do it. Other than that, there is no, okay? Yeah. So let me give you the next question. Okay, guys, your next question is, does while loop syntax in Python require parentheses around the condition? Yes or no? Okay. Everyone is saying no, no, no. So those who are saying no, that is also correct. One person has said optional, okay. That will be also correct. Means guys, you can use it also. And if you don't want to use it, so it's fine. If you don't want to use it, then also it will be correct. If you have used it, so if you'll notice in sometimes if you have used it, and then also it will work. But in what cases it is not going to work? Suppose if you have used parentheses, and because of that parenthesis in calculation, if you are getting some other results, okay, so then it might went on an infinite loop, okay. Only that is the problem. Other than that, it will work if you'll use or use it also, if you'll not use it also, okay. So those who are saying no, mostly, okay, that is correct, okay. If we'll not use it, then also it is going to work. Okay. Okay, guys, let's go to the next question. Okay, your next question is, can a for loop iterate over the result of a function call? Yes or no? And so on the result of a function call, can we use a for loop to iterate it? Yes or no? Okay, no, no, no. So people are saying, okay, one more no. So actually the answer is yes, okay? Yes, one is saying, Swam is saying, I think yes. So yes is the correct option, okay, guys? No, we can call it in a function call, okay? Because so many people are saying no. So let me show you how we can do it, okay? It is a very small example. Let's say there is a function, okay, get number, which returns a list, okay? Which returns a list. Now what we can do, you can just use like this and you can print num. So it is yes. Okay. So actually it is yes. So yes is the correct option. Okay, guys, the next question is it possible to use loops inside a list comprehension? Yes or no? And one more thing, I think there was one question. Yeah, I forgot to reply the answer of this question. It was the difference between the eval and the input. Okay, see, the difference between the eval and the input is, see, first of all, let's talk about the input. Input function, it is a built-in function in Python. Okay, purpose of this function is that you can take inputs from the user as a string. Okay, it always takes inputs from the user as a string. If you manually convert it, So then it can take inputs like integer also, floats also. Means it depends on you. If you'll put it inside the integer function, so then it will take integer only. If you'll put it inside float, so it will take float. So okay, manually you can do it. Then it always returns string only. Okay, if you are only using input function, so it is always going to return string only. Okay, if you talk about uses, so if you means the places where you have to read only plain text or numbers, okay, numbers only if you are converting it, so at those places you can use it. Okay, input. What is eval now? Okay, eval is also a built-in function in Python. Purpose of this eval function is that it evaluates a string as a Python expression. So whatever expression you are writing when you are using eval, inside that it will uh, read it. It will take that string and it will uh, what you can say, it will execute it like a Python expression, just like how expressions are there. In expressions, what we do, we perform some operations and all, so it will read it like that. So what it returns, so it basically it will result whatever the evaluation of that expression will be, it is going to return that. Okay, so type will depend on the expression. Whatever, what will be that, just like the input function has a fixed type. If you are not using any explicit functions, so input is going to return string. But when you are using eval, so type depends on the expression, that what expression you have put it. Okay, and uses of eval is that, see, it can turn a string also into a actual Python code execution. So the places where you feel that, suppose if you have to print 10 plus 5, okay, in a string only you want to do the sum of 10 plus 5. So it will automatically assume that you want to perform the operation, okay, of addition. So it will do that. And based on that, it will automatically change the type of X also, and it will add also. Okay. If you need any example, so I'll give you example also. Just let me know if it is clear. Okay. Okay. Now let's come back to the question. Question was, people have said yes, yes, okay, yes, you can, yes. So those who are saying yes, yes, it is correct. Okay. It is possible to use loops inside a list comprehension. So those who have used list comprehension, uh, they will they will understand that yes, it is yes. Okay. Now, guys, one more good question is there, that is basically like this. Now, those who have used the range function, if you have count the number of execution of that, then it will be easy for you guys. Your question is, does for I in range 3 iterate exactly 3 times? Yes or no? Okay, Akansa is saying tell one example, sir. Okay. See, it's let's take a small example only. Uh, okay, for input, let's take the example first. Suppose you have X, okay, X input, okay, and enter something, okay, anything you can enter. Now, we'll do what? We'll print type of X and we'll print X. Okay, let's execute this cell. Enter something. Let me enter. Okay, so you will see that class str and 2 plus 5 is printed. Okay, let's now do the same thing for eval. Okay, I'll take one more X, eval. Now here I'll do what? 10 plus 5, okay, or anything, and I'll do what? I'll just take print type of X and X. Okay, Now you'll see in both we have given uh, a string value as an input only, but eval is returning. As you can see, the type is also changed to integer, and x is also is added. Okay, and it's 15. So you can see the difference here of eval and the built-in function input and built-in function eval. So, okay, it's like this only. So, eval outputs, what is going to return? It depends on the expression. But in input, it is fixed. Whatever you are putting it, it will be like that only. So it is, if you are putting means obviously you'll put a string in input. So that whatever you have put it, that will you will get back in a string format only. But same hand in eval, if you are doing some, if you have put some expression over there, so that operation, that expression will be evaluated, and after evaluating it, whatever the type and whatever the output will be, that will be given. Okay, so yeah, I hope now you have understood. Okay, okay, again you have one more question, that in eval can we use int numbers rather than a string? No, no, not, you cannot. Okay, eval only works on strings or other code objects. Okay, not on raw integer or float or other direct values. It does not work like that. Okay, you can give strings or you can give other code objects. Okay, or otherwise if you'll enter some other direct values, so then it will throw you an type error. Okay, one, you have one more question. Then there you have taken expression in the form string, then how output is integer, sir? That is the thing, na? That is the use of the eval function. See, with the function name eval, it is clear that it is going to evaluate. Okay, now the use of this eval function is, and why it is this function is created, is because this eval function is meant to evaluate Python expressions written as text. So whatever expressions we are writing as a text, that will be actually performed. Okay, and input function does not, it is not meant for that. Input is directly for integer, for reading a line of sentence or a line of text only. Okay, but eval is for evaluating the text. Okay, I hope now it's clear. Okay, okay, let's move to the next question. That is, okay, there is one code. Next question is 12th. Okay guys, your next question is, will for I in range starting from 1 stopping till 10, step is 2, print only even numbers, yes or no? Okay, Akansha is saying yes or not, it is clear. Okay, good. So guys, I'm again repeating the question. Will for I in range starting from 1 stopping at 10, step is 2, print only even numbers, yes or no? Okay, one no is there in the chat. Okay, one more no, three no's. Okay. So most of the people are saying no. So yes, no is the correct option. Okay. It is not going to print the even numbers. Okay. Because after it will start from one and then it will take the second step. So after one, first step is two and the second step will be three. So it is going to print the odd numbers. Okay. Okay, guys. The next question is, can you iterate over a reversed list using for without creating a copy of that list? Okay, output will be 13579. Yes, output will be that. Now the next question is, can you iterate over a reversed list using for without creating a copy? Yes or no? Okay, someone is saying yes, I think not sure. Okay. Okay, Akansa is saying yes. One more yes. Daniel is also saying yes. Okay. Till now three yes. Okay, so I'll go with yes. So yes is the correct option. Okay. You can use it and you can just directly use the reversed function. You can put the list name in inside the reversed function and then you can use the loop. So it will be means you can iterate over a reverse list. Okay. Okay, guys. Now your next question is, does Python have a do while loop? Yes or no? Does Python supports a do while loop or not? Yes or no? Okay, guys. I mean, again repeating the question. Does Python have a do while loop? Yes or no? Okay, there is one uh, no in the chat. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure about that. Okay. It's okay. Nicholas is saying no. Daniel is saying no. Okay. So I'll go with, in majority, I'll go with no. So yes, Python does not support do while loop. Okay, guys. So do while loop is not supported by Python. So we have only while loop with us. So for and while loop. Okay. Okay, guys, your next question is, can a while loop condition be something other than a comparison, like just a variable? Means other than comparison, what we have seen, okay, 5, if I is less than 5 or greater than 1. If other than that, can we just use a variable or something like that? Is it possible or not? Okay, yes or no? Okay, one is no, one no is there. Yes, it's possible. One is saying no, while X one is saying okay. Yes, yes. Okay, so those who are saying yes, it is correct. Okay, you can use it with just a variable also. Okay, or other than the comparison, means if you're not using the comparison operator, if you're using something else also, then also a valid condition should be there. Okay, that at some point the loop should get false. Okay, and if it is not a valid condition also, if it is always true also, then also it will be, means what is the output if you leave that thing aside, then the execution can be performed. Okay, if you will use other than that comparison operators. Okay, so then also, so the answer will be yes. Okay, guys, your next question is, now we have not seen the file handling till yet. Okay, but those who have seen, okay, or those who know about this, they can answer. Okay, and those who don't know, they can also try it. Can a for loop be used directly with open file.txt if you have a txt file named as file.txt to read lines? So I'm again repeating the question. Can a for loop be used directly with the open, okay, file.txt to read lines? Yes or no? Where Nicholas is saying for 16, yes. Okay. On 15, you want an example. Okay. What is the question? Can a loop, can a while loop condition be something other than the comparison operator? Like just a variable. Okay. For 16, everyone is saying yes, yes, yes. Okay. I can see yeses only. So yes, those who are saying yes, it is correct. Okay. And let me give you the next question. Uh, okay, guys. Your next question is, okay, it is a tricky question. Can a for loop variable have the same name as a function in Python? So suppose if you have a function in Python and that function has a name. So can you keep the loop variable name as the function name? Means both the names of the function and the loop variable will be, can be same. Okay. Yes or no? Okay. And someone was asking, example. Okay, let me give you an example. See, just like how Suvam said that we can use while x or while some value. Suppose we have count equal to 3. Okay, Nicholas. And now what we will do, while count, okay, no comparison operator, nothing, only while count, and we'll print count is, and then we'll print count, and then count minus equals, okay, sorry, minus equals 1. Okay, so like this, count is 3, count is true, count is 1. And when the count will be 0, so what will happen? By default in Python, 0 is treated as false. Not only Python, in other programming languages also, 0 is treated as false, or any positive value is treated as true. So while this count is 3, the condition is true, it means, okay. While the count is 2, the condition is true. When the count is 1 also, the condition is true because it is a positive value. But when it will become 0, because when it is 1, it will be decremented, and when it will be decremented, then it will become 0. So when it will become 0, so then the condition will be false. So your loop will stop at that time. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, so the question was, okay, yes, yes, people are saying yes. Yeah. So those who are saying yes for question number 17, yes, correct. Yes is the correct option. Okay. Yes is the correct option. You can keep, okay, you can keep both the names same, but actually it is not recommended. But if you want to create, you can create it. So it's possible actually. Okay. Okay, what was the previous number? 17. This will be 18. Okay, guys, your next question is, can you have multiple break statements inside one loop? Okay, so is it possible to use multiple break statements inside one loop? Yes or no? Okay, Nicholas is saying yes, clear. Thank you. It's okay, bro. Okay, there is two no and one yes, three, two yes also. Okay, okay, okay. Now Daniel has changed to yes. Okay, yes. Those who are saying yes, okay, guys, you guys are correct. You can have multiple break statement. Okay, see, you can use multiple conditional statements. Okay, suppose if you have to generate, I'll just give you an example. If you have to use a loop on a range function which generates numbers from 1 to 10, and you want that break if the number is equal to 3, okay, then you want one more condition, that break if the number is equals to 7. Okay. Okay, Karthik is asking an example for question 16. Okay, on this one, can a for loop be used directly with open file to read lines? Okay, wait, let me just first create a file. Okay, and just give me a moment, I'll just create. Till then you guys just solve the next question. Okay, I'll do what, I'll just create a file and I'll put some text inside the file. Next question is 19. Okay, guys, your next question is, can you use loops in a Python lambda function? Okay, I'm again repeating the question. Can you use loops in a Python lambda function? Okay, now I have, okay, people are saying yes, 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 yes. So, okay, Dhruv Murma, just wait. I'll just show you. Okay, Karthik is saying yes. Everyone is saying yes. Guys, the question was, can you use loops in a Python lambda function? Okay, and you guys are saying yes. Guys, I'm talking about lambda functions, Python lambda functions. So lambda functions, which are anonymous, okay, anonymous functions, which is used for sort problems, solving sort expressions. So your answer will be no, okay, because lambda is limited to expressions only. If you guys remember it, lambda the keyword, then parameters, and then what operation you want to perform on that parameters, okay. So you cannot use loops, okay. Uh, okay. The next question is, so for question number 19, it is no. Can you use loops in a Python lambda function? So it is no. Okay, guys. Let me just make you correct. No. Lambda functions are only limited to expressions only. Okay. Then question number 20, okay, is now, is while one the same as while true? Okay. Now there was one question from Karthik. He wants an example on question number 16. So I've successfully created file.txt. Now what I'll do, I'll show you the example. It's very simple. What you have to do, uh, let's say for line in open, the same thing which was in the question, I'll just do that. And you have to write the file name, but make sure that file is in the same directory. Okay, if the file is not there, then it will not work. Okay, so now you can see for line in open file.txt, print line. So I have a file called as file.txt in which I have stored hello, how are you, and well done. And those three lines, as you can see, now it is printed over here. Okay, so yeah, that is the thing. Basically you can use it. Okay, I hope now it is clear. Okay, so for 20, everyone is saying, for question number 20, yes, yes, yes. Okay, Sajid is saying no, everyone is saying yes. So those who are saying yes, it is correct. Okay, okay. Sajid is also saying yes. So yeah, those who are saying yes, it is correct. Okay, Okay, guys, your next question is, will for I in range 0 raise an error? Yes or no? Okay, Karthik is saying yes, clear, thank you. It's okay, bro. So yeah, I'll again repeat the question. Will for I in range 0 raise an error? Yes or no? Okay, there was one more question. Okay, everyone is saying no, no, no. So those who are saying no, okay, those who are saying no, it is correct. Okay, so no is the correct option. It is not going to raise an error. Okay, so those who are saying no, it is the correct option. There was one question from Dhruv Verma. He was asking, when do we use break in for loop? Please give example as I just joined the stream. It's okay, bro. Uh, Now, guys, what we are going to do, the quiz session is over now. Now we'll start practicing some of the questions based on for loop and while loop. Okay, and in yesterday's live session also we have seen different types of interesting questions. Okay, and people were quite means it was a very engagement session and people were enjoying it also. So today also we are going to do that. But before starting that, I'll just give the example. Just show the example to Dhruv Verma. Okay, so yeah. So let's create a list called as fruits, okay? And okay, so we have a fruits list in which we have four items: apple, banana, mango, cherry. Okay, then we'll start a loop. So for I in fruits, okay, and we'll do what? I'll just print that I'm checking, okay, each fruit, and I want to check for the fruit match if I'll found mango. Okay, so I'll do what? Whatever my current iteration is. Suppose I is my current loop value. So if I equals to mango, okay, so the time when I'll find mango, I'll just print a simple message that found mango, stopping loop, okay, and then I'll use the break. So checking apple, checking banana, then checking mango, found mango, stopping loop. Okay, so this is a way in which you can use break statement with for loops. Okay, you have to start a loop with any iterable or any sequence, then you have to just put a condition. Okay, and if that condition is found yes, means if that condition is true, then you can break. So it will be based on any problem or any situation for which you want to just do your programming. Okay, or if you want to perform on these types of examples, so you can take suppose you can take a list of numbers from 1 to 10, and if you found number 5, so stop the loop, so you can use the break statement. So I hope it is clear. Okay, okay, now guys, let's do what now. Now we'll start practicing some of the questions. Okay, so in the previous live session we have started with the while loop. Now today we'll start with the for loop, and we'll see easy, moderate, advanced, all the types of questions. Okay, so now let's just start with our first problem, that is uh, What we want to enter a number and prints its multiplication table from 1 to 10. Okay, so that we have seen, I think, already using while loop. Okay, and maybe using for loop also, but again we'll see it using for loop. Okay, now so I'll just simply write multiplication table. Okay, using for. Okay, now using for loop, first of all we have to take input from the user. Okay, so we'll take the input from the user for the number whose table you want. So let's say enter number. So user will enter the number, then we'll do what? For I in range, we'll start it from 1. Okay, and we have to print till 10 only. If you want to go ahead print till 20, so you can go ahead, you can put here 21. I want it till 10 only, so I have just used here. And now we have to print the tables now. Okay, because as you guys know that how a table looks like. Okay, the number multiplied with 1, then it is the number itself. So we'll print in that way only. So yeah, so let's print first the number itself, because in the left side always there is the number. Then we want that the value should be increased. So I is the value which will be increased by 1, 2, 3, 4 each time. Okay, then equals, and after equals we'll perform the operation. So each time we'll multiply n with the value of I, and that's it. So enter a number. Let's enter 6. So we'll get the multiplication table till 10. Okay, 6 into 1 equals 6, and so on. It will be continued till 6 into 10 equals to 60. So this is how you can create a multiplication table using for, and it's so simple. In just basically, if you'll exclude the first line in which you are taking the input for the number, so in 2 lines you have just printed the multiplication table. So okay, now let's move to the next one. So let me put numbers here also. So now I'll again start the number from 1. Okay, because this is a different set. So I'll again start from counting from 1. Now let's come to the next one. Actually, that was a good suggestion. Okay, that put the numbers on the questions. So it will be easy for me also and for you guys also to ask questions. No, no, is there is one question from Harish. He's saying if you don't write if you don't use the format string, so on the third line, so is there any problem? No, there is no problem. Then it will be somehow like this. There is no problem, but it will be more difficult. See, it will, you have to do like this, n, then the double quotes, then you have to put this, then again this, then again I, then this, then again the double quotes, this. Okay, and you have to give spaces also here so that it should look good. Then again this, and then n, I. Okay, so everything will be same. Uh, but as you can see, you have used so many commas. Okay, and it is bit confusing also. It is bit confusing also. Most of the time, if you are in hurry, so you can make a mistake also. So it depends on the use, how you want to use it. It depends on that only. If you are comfortable with this, so you can go ahead. Okay, now the next question is for it's for adding up the monthly bonus for n months. Okay, so okay, now first of all we'll do what? We'll take the input for how many months we want to calculate. So Then we'll create a total object in which we'll store 0. Then we'll use the range function and we'll go till n plus 1 because we are starting from 1. If you are not starting from 1, so then we can just directly write n there. So the number of times will be same. But if you are starting from 1, so n plus 1. Then we will take the input for the bonus. So again, it will be an integer input. And then in the total, we'll do what? We'll just add the bonus each time. And in the end, just print. So how many months? Suppose 3 months. And let's say bonus is 10K for the first month, 6K for the second, and 5 for the third. So total, this is the value. Okay. So we are basically doing the normal sum only. If you'll see, so we have taken the total object, and the main thing is that our loop is going till that value. Okay. So if we have entered for 3 months, so it is asking us only for 3 months. That is the thing. Okay. Now, guys, one more interesting question is there, which we have seen with while loops. Now we'll see with the for loops, and that is for creating the star pyramid. Okay, creating the star pyramid. And someone was there in the comments, in the chat also. He was saying to show the codes for the these types of triangles. So let's see that. Okay. So first of all, we'll take an input for how many. Okay, rows. Then for I in range, starting from 1 going till row plus 1. Okay, so this is one simple triangle. Okay, which is also called as, I think, the left angle triangle. Okay, now if you want to create the inverted one, okay, inverted left angle triangle vertically, so then the code will look like this. Okay, it will ask for the rows. Then again the loop will start for I in range, but this time it will go this way. It will start from rows, it will go till 0, so it will go till 1. Okay, I've written 0, so it will go till 1. And now in the step will also come to use, because we have to change the step, and because we are using it in opposite way, means we are starting from the rows, means from the larger value, then we are going till the, means each time will decrement by 1. So that's why we have to put here -1. And then in the print it will be same. So what was in the earlier program, that will be here also. Yes, bro. Venkat, I have also told that thing only with while loops. Now we are doing with the for loops. Okay. Now you can see the inverted one. Okay, vertically. Now, if you want the right angle triangle, okay, so for that also, in the print function, there will be little change. Everything will be same like this. So let me just do what? I'll just copy this. Okay, the normal left angle triangle. The only change will be in the print. Okay, because now we have to start it from right. So first we'll take in consideration the spaces. Okay, so let's take in consideration the spaces. So now with the spaces, for the spaces, we have to write the code like this. First the spaces, and we'll multiply the spaces with rows minus I each time. Now we'll do plus, and we need a asterisk. Okay, an asterisk for the first go, it will be one asterisk. So that's why we'll again multiply this asterisk with I. So we'll get a right angle triangle like this. Okay, so first a space, then into rows minus I. So for first time, if the rows is 5, so minus I will be there. So 4 will be the value. So 4 times this space will be multiplied. So we'll get 4 spaces over here. Okay, as you can see the blue mark. And then a plus is there because we want the concatenation to be done with the spaces, and with that, with blank spaces are also count as a character only. So yeah, and then we need one asterisk because 4 is there, so we need only one asterisk. So then what we have done, plus, then asterisk, and then we have multiplied it with I. So for first iteration, the I value will be 1, so one asterisk will be there. So as you can see, 4 spaces and one asterisk. Then for the second iteration, it will be 3 spaces and 2 asterisks, and so on will really continue. And in the last one, there will be no spaces, and all the 5 characters will be asterisk only. So you will get the right angle triangle. Now, if you want a inverted right angle triangle, so again, the code will be same as the inverted triangle, left angle inverted triangle, but only the print will be changed. Okay, and print you can take it from here. So with for loop, it becomes so much easy. Okay, and you will get like this. Now, guys, if you want a pyramid like pattern, okay, so then the code will be uh, like this. So then in the print, what you will do, first you will take the space, will multiply with rows minus 1, then you'll plus, because we want the asterisk 2, but asterisk will be multiplied, and here what we'll do, we'll multiply 2 with the value of I, and we'll do minus 1. Okay, my bad. It will be not 1, it will be I. So row minus i's. Okay. Yeah. So now it will somehow look like this. Okay, there is one question. Can we find reverse of a num using for loop? Okay, correct me using for loop. Okay, now guys, if you want the reverse pyramid, means the pyramids, and you want the inverted of this pyramid, okay? So then uh, everything will be same, okay? Only how in the range functions we'll start with the decrementation thing, okay? So step -1 will come. So you can do what? You can just keep this code, okay? And only in the range function it will be slightly, there will be some slightly changes like this, and it will be like this. You have to just start in decremented order in the range function, okay? And it will be the inverted pyramid. Okay. Now the next pattern will be, okay, now the next pattern will be very much interesting. That, see, everyone will have seen some triangle patterns and all these patterns. But now we are going to print the diamond pattern, okay, using the for loop. And you guys will be, means you guys will say that it's so much easy to print it, okay. First of all, you have to take the rows input, okay. Just like how you're taking the input in other programs, you have to take it same. So you will ask to enter the rows, okay. Then now, whenever you are trying to print a diamond pattern, so first of all, a diamond pattern, for printing a diamond pattern, you have to print two pyramids. One is the upper pyramid, which is the normal pyramid, and then you have to print the lower inverted pyramid, okay? And both the pyramids we have seen. But there will be one problem if you'll do that. So first of all, I'll do what? I'll just show you. So I'll take this two lines of code. I'll take this normal pyramid code. Okay, I'll paste it over here. So I'll get this, okay? Then I'll paste this code. So it will be like this, but it is not actually the pyramid which we want, because here if you see this asterisk, okay, which is coming two times, that we don't want. So in the lower pyramid, what we are going to do, we'll start it from row -1. So whatever the rows value is 5, so we'll start it from 4. So now it will look like this. Okay, a perfect diamond pattern. Okay, so this is how you can print a diamond pattern. Okay, there is one question in the chat. Why are we using step -1? This -1 will show the negative indexing, not the negative indexing. It shows that we are decrementing now. Means we are going from a larger value to a lower value. Okay, so in a decrement way. Because row's value was initially 5. Okay, let me take this example. It will be more easy for you. See, enter rows. So enter rows. Suppose if I have enter 5, so 5 is our rows. So we want to start the loop from 5 and go till 1. So that's why we have to do, because by default the range function increments. Okay, the by default value of the range function of step is 1. So we have to change that, because we don't want, if suppose if from a higher value, if you want to go to the lower value, so if you'll do +1 on the higher value, will it go to the lower value? No, never. So you have to do -1 on the higher value. So because of that, we have to customize the step part, and we have to do -1. Okay. Now, guys, I'll show you one more type of triangle. Okay. Now, we were talking about the asterisk triangles. Using asterisk, we are printing the triangles. Okay. Now, I'll show you one triangle with the numbers. Okay. And let's see how the numbers will come to play. Okay. For I in range 1, rows +1. Okay. Why rows +1? Because we have started the loop from 1. Okay. Now, uh, now here we are going to use two nested loops. Okay. So one loop is for generating the patterns, that how many numbers will be there. Okay. And another loop for I in range, for j in range, starting from 1, and it will go till I+1. Okay. And we'll print j, and we'll make sure that we change the end of the print, and coming out of the first for loop, the nested for loop, what we'll do, we'll print a blank line. Now you'll see 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3 4 5. So now your triangle looks like somehow this. Okay. One question is from Venkata, that for getting high value in decrease, no. Hollow diamond ones. Okay. But that code will be too huge, and I think that code means there are people who are very beginner here. Okay. So okay, we'll just try it once, but I think that people will get bored, but we'll try it once. Okay, if people will get bored, they will tell, but they will get to learn many things. One more question is from Nicholas. For all the examples shared, are they examinable? What's the significance of learning that code? The code seems quite hard and need constant practice. Nicholas, yes, they're not hard in comparison to other programming languages. They are very easy to perform. Okay. And are they examinable? Yes, as I've said you that if you are in any interview or in any coding competition, so then there might be some questions related to printing patterns. Okay, I have seen some questions like this when I was means when I was applying on the coding examinations. So then at that time, these types of questions were there. Okay, the significance of learning these codes is that uh, your temperament to handle the loops that will be clear. Okay, if you'll continuously solve these types of questions, what will happen? The loops will be perfect. Okay, so your building will automatically will get improved. See, the code is easy, but yeah, it seems quite hard. The code is easy. Only the thing is that you have to understand it. Okay. Yeah, practice, bro. You have practice. You need it. Okay. Okay. One more question is there from Venkatesh that can we print number triangle uh with consecutive numbers without repetition of number? Yes, we can print it. Everything we can do it. Okay. So let me first tell you this only. Okay. Then we'll go to the hollow diamond thing. Okay. Let's say you have, okay, let me just copy paste some of the things. Okay, rows. Then we'll make sure we'll initialize. Now we have to take one more object. Okay. Nicholas is saying, okay, thank you so much. It's okay, bro. Yeah. Then num equals to one. We have to take one object num. Okay. Then each time, whenever we are printing num inside the nested loop, we have to just increase the num value by one. So everything will be same. So for I in range one rows plus one. Okay. Then we'll start a j loop, means a nested loop. So for j in range, now this will go till I only. And what we'll do, we'll just print simply num. Okay. And end we'll do like, means we'll change the end to a normal. Okay, we just want in it in not the new lines, and we'll increment the num by one. Now coming out of this, we'll just have a blank print. It will ask for the rows, so now it will be like this. Okay, there is one issue. 78910, it's code, but for 10, okay, 10 is there, and then there is 11, and then there is 12, then there is 13, then there is 14, and then there is 15. Okay, I thought the code is error somewhere because I thought it is triple one, but actually it is 11 and 12. Okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, this is your solution, bro. Okay, okay. Can you explain this code? Which one? This one? Yes, obviously I can explain it. what we are doing it here, uh, have you understood this code? First tell me that, then I'll make you understand that one. Karthik, please answer. Have you understood this code in which there is no consecutive numbers? There are only numbers. Okay, if you have understood that, now let's do what? See, in addition, there is only one thing. Okay, if you'll notice, in addition, there is only one thing, that is, instead of printing J, okay, earlier we were printing J and the loop was starting from 1 and going till I plus 1. Here, the J loop is starting and going till I only, okay? And we are printing num here. Why we are printing num? Because now we want a consecutive numbers, okay? So that we cannot get it from J or either from I. So because of that, we have already created a num in which we have initialized it with 1. And we are printing num. And then what we are doing, we are just incrementing 1 in each iteration by 1 in the nested loop, okay? So because of that, we are getting this. Because num is what? Num is by default 1. So it is not dependent on I or j. Each time the loop will execute, the num value will automatically get increased by 1. Okay. So initially if it is 1, so it will go to the 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6. And I and j are playing the role of, uh, I is playing the role of iterating over the rows, and j is playing the role of the positions. Okay, just like the position that 1 is this, then 2, 3. So where should we put 2 and 3? So j is playing the role of putting the positions correctly, and I loop is, means the loop I in, means the loop variable I which we have used in the parent loop, that is being used for changing the rows. Okay, I hope you have understood. If not, again you can say no, so I can again explain you one more time. Okay, see. Okay, let's go now line by line. First, we are taking the input. That is clear. Then, now this variable num equals to 1. This variable will hold the current number, okay, which we want to print. Now, it starts from 1, and in the further code is going to increase every time number is printed. Every time one number is printed, it is going to increase. Okay. Now, let's come to the outer loop. Next line, that is this. For I in range 1, rows plus 1. Now this loop, it runs once for each row. Okay. So for each row which is going to be printed. So how many rows will be printed? 5 rows will be printed. So what will happen? This loop will runs for each row. Now what will be the what will be the range of I? So I will goes from 1 to the rows. Okay, inclusive. Inclusive why? Because rows plus 1 I have already make it. So it will goes from 1 to the rows, means 5, inclusive. Now the value of I will also decide how many numbers will be printed in that row. Okay, means whatever the value of I will be. So suppose for first iteration the value of I will be 1. Okay, so in the first row only one value will be there. Okay, now what value, means it is clear that 1 will be there, but for now what is the number will be, that is not decided, but it will be one value will be there. Okay, now let's go to the next line, that is the inner loop for j in range I. Okay, now this particular loop runs I times for each row. Okay, it means for let's say if I value is 1. Okay, so it will be run for one time only for that particular row. Okay, and inside this loop what we are doing, then it will print the current number, that is num here. Okay, num is our current number. So it prints the current number without moving to a new line, because as you can see in the next line, what we have done, we are printing num, and we have made sure that this print, by default, the print function takes the end as a new line character, but we have changed it and we have leave it blank. Okay, and then we are printing num plus, means then we are, after printing the num value, the current value, it will increase num by 1, so that we will get the next number. Okay, and then uh, we are moving to the next line, in which we are just, after the inner loop, means the inner loop will finish, it, the print will do what, it will print a new line character, mm, so that we can move to the next row. Okay, and it's just that. So if you'll enter 4, okay, if you will enter 4, so you will get like this. If you'll enter 5, so you will get consecutive number 6, 7, 8, and so on. So I hope now it is clear. Okay, if it is clear, then it's fine. It's okay, bro, it's okay. Okay, there was one more question. Someone was saying to show me how to print a hollow diamond, I guess, if I'm correct. But I don't think, guys, people will understand what I am doing, bro, for you, uh, because I'm pretty sure people will get more confused about loops. Okay, so for now, I don't want to go to that much to give that much pressure to our learners for now. Okay, so bro, for you, I'll do what? Yeah, for you, I'll do what? I'll just write the code. Please wait till the end. Okay, in the end, I'll do what? In the end, I'll just write the code and I'll just share you, so that uh people will not get that much, okay, hectic, because I have keep this live session for beginners. Okay, so just stay tuned up till the end. Okay, in the end, when I'll finish up all the questions, all the basics questions, then we'll solve that. Okay, yeah, thank you for understanding. Yeah, okay, guys, uh next question will be based on, means there is a situation we will have. Suppose there is a student who reads 5 subject. Okay, so scores of those 5 subjects are like this. Like this. Now the situation is that we have to find the highest score. Now this particular question, in different scenario, we have seen in while loops. Now let's just solve it using the for loop. So first of all, what we have to do, we will take the scores one element and we'll make sure that that element should be the first element, and we'll make it as a highest. Okay, now why we are doing so? Because what we can do, When we'll start the loop, so inside the loop we can compare the next further elements with this particular value, means with, suppose scores 0 is what, scores 0 is 67 and we have stored it in highest. So when we'll start the loop, we will compare this highest with all the other scores. Okay, and if we'll find any other scores as highest, so then we'll make sure to change this highest to that score. Okay, okay, now I hope, now if it is not clear, so with the code it will be clear. So for I in scores, then if I is greater than highest, okay, so if the current value is greater than the highest, then do what, then on the highest, change the highest to the current I, okay, to the current number, and till the end, till the last element it will be compared. And if the last element is the greatest one, so the last element will be the current value and that will be replaced in highest. Okay, and then we have to just print the highest value. So 90 is the highest. Okay, okay, linear search simply, yeah, in some manner you can say it. Okay, now let's do what, next problem will be, we have to print, yes, using max is also fine, then you can directly use it on the list only. Okay, the next question is basically prime numbers between 1 and n. Okay, so we'll have a range starting from 1 and we have to print the prime numbers in n specified values. Okay, so let's see the code for that. Okay, so prime number, now let's take the input for n first. Then for, let's say, for num in range, now we'll start the range from 2 because as we know 2 is the smallest prime number, so we don't need to start it at 1. Okay, then plus, we'll go till, because we are starting from a specified value, so we'll go till n plus 1, whatever the exact value is. So we'll make the n as inclusive in nature. Okay, and one more thing is also to make it inclusive because we want to count that particular number. Okay, for I in range starting from again 2, and now this time it will go till now, and we'll check for that if it is number is divisible by other number or not. Okay, now enter the limit, let's say 50. Ends is an invalid keyword argument for print. Oh, my bad. It will be end 50. Okay, 1 second. We have got the value, but value seems repeating the numbers till it finds the next prime number. Okay, and it is done for every number till 50. Okay, we have to fix this. So anyone with any suggestion? Any number, anyone with any solution based on any, because I have got the solution. Any on one of you, EPRI. Oh, so you want to say like this. Should I remove the else and I'll make it like this? This else will go here for then 50 like this. No inside out. Yeah, bro, I just got you. I just wanted that people should tell me. But other than you, no one is answering anything. Okay, let's take one very easy type question, okay? Okay, guys, now let's do what? Let's print the Fibonacci series, okay? That we have already seen with the while and the for loop. Now, now, first of all, those who are new, for those people, I'll just tell you that Fibonacci series is a number which is the sum of the previous two values, okay? And so on, it continues. Okay. Now, guys, I have taken A, B equals to. Now, tell me what should be the next code here? Okay, what should I put here? Okay, where the cursor is blinking. Now, what should I write here? So those who have joined the previous live session also, they can give me answers. Okay, that n is equal to int input. That we are taking the means we want to generate a Fibonacci series till n terms. Okay, and we know that the initial two values are 0 and 1, so we have initialized in a 0 and in b 1. Okay, that is obvious, we have done it. Then for I in range n, we are printing each time a, and we want that again. What should be the thing which should, okay, there are two replies. So a comma b equals to. Now, in the starting of five in the introduction of Fibonacci series, I have told you, okay, everyone, please listen, stay attention. See, Fibonacci series is a sum of previous two values, okay? So now if I'll explain you, and now I want everyone to reply in the chat that see what will happen each time if a is 0 and b is 1. So the for calculating the next value, what we have to do, we have to do the sum of 0 plus 1 so that we can get the next value. Am I right? Yes. So what we'll do, in a we can put what, if we'll get, suppose here, let me just give you a explanation. See, 0 and 1 are the two values, okay? Then the next value will be 1 because the sum of 0 plus 1 will be 1, that we know. But we have to interchange the values also, no? See, if we'll get the next value as 1, so our next, this one will be, which we have get the, as output is b, and this one, the previous one will be a, no? Then only we can do again the sum of 1 plus 1 so that we can get 2. Okay, and then again we can do the sum of these two values so that uh, we can get the next value, that is 3. So each time what we have to do, we have to do one thing, that first we have to change the value of a also, that we have to change the a to the next value, and whatever the new value which is there, that will be our new b. So for that I have taken ab. So now I think you guys have understood. So the a will be the b. So the previously what was the b, that will be the new a. Okay, and then the new b will be the addition of previous two values, that is a plus b. So a plus b. And now when you'll execute it, if you enter 10, so you'll get like this. So now I hope that uh, Fibonacci series, those who are listening, paying attention, for them this Fibonacci series are done. Okay, for lifetime, you guys will remember it. If any problem, guys, in the Fibonacci series, you can again ask me, because this is a very basic question using loops. Okay, you can just do it in seconds, and this is the very common one also. So yeah, I want, if any confusion is there till now, so you guys can just ask me now, because I want that for now this Fibonacci series should be, those who are paying attention, for them this Fibonacci series should be totally, they should be totally comfortable with this Fibonacci series. Okay, okay, there is one no confusion. Okay, and anyone else who have any confusion, feel free, guys. If you have any confusion, you can just ask. Okay, Karthik has replied b comma b plus 1. No, it's actually not b plus 1, it is b plus a, or you can write a plus b. Okay, it's not 1, it will be a. Okay, Karthik. So yeah. Okay, so I hope there is no confusion. Okay, guys, let's move to the next question. That is, we'll do what, we'll reverse the list items. So we will have a list with us, and then we'll reverse the items, but we are not going to use any method as reversed, okay, or any method as slicing. Using loops we'll do it. Okay, so items, let's take some values. Okay, so we have a list of items in which we have stored four elements, which is pen, book, laptop, phone. Okay, now we'll start the loop, and the range function, what we'll do, we'll take the length of items like this. So length of the whole list items, and we'll do -1 on that. Okay, and then we'll go till -1, and we'll make sure that the step is also -1, and we'll print items I. Uh, usually Usually I'll take just 2 hours stream, okay? In few more minutes I have to rejoin my phone. No, if you want to wait, we'll just in few minutes we'll just wrap up only, okay? So this is one question that how you can reverse a list, okay, guys? Uh, then there are many questions, okay? There are multiple questions we, if you want, we guys can solve it, okay? Now there was one question asked by Venkata, I guess, that to solve the diamond thing, okay? So let's now solve that. So we have to print the diamond, but a hollow diamond, I guess. Yeah. See, for printing the hollow diamond, two, three things which we have to take in consideration is that, first of all, uh, how many rows? Okay. Then the upper part, then the lower part. And in both the upper part and the lower part, then again we have to take in two things consideration. We have to take the spaces before the stars, and when we have printed the stars, then after that how many spaces, means inside that how many spaces inside the stars, because if it is a hollow diamond, so the spaces will be outside the stars also, means if you'll imagine a hollow diamond, so you will get spaces inside the diamond also, and you will get some of the in the corners also, you will get spaces, okay? So you have to take in consideration all the things. So first of all, let's do what? Let's do rows equals to 5. Okay. You can take the input also, but I'm not taking the input. I'm just directly making sure to it will be 5 only. So this rows variable, it defines the half of the diamond, okay, from the middle row to the top. Okay, and the total height of the diamond uh will be 2 into rows -1. So it will be actually, if 5 is there, so 2, 10, 9. Okay, so total rows will be 9 here that will be used. So this rows which I am defining as 5, it is for half of the diamond height. Okay, now let's start with the upper part. Let's start with the upper part. So for I in range, then we'll go till row +1 because we want it to be inclusive in nature. So now I will goes from 1 to rows, that is inclusive, it will go till 5. So it will control the current row number in the upper half. Okay. Now, next thing what we'll do, we'll print the leading spaces. Okay. So basically we'll print the spaces before the stars so that we can center align the diamond. Okay. So now we will have to create a nested loop for that. So we'll do what? For j in range, for j in range, and we'll go till row minus I. Okay. And one more thing we'll do inside this loop, that will print the spaces. Okay, as you have told you, for printing the leading spaces means printing the spaces before the stars. For that we are using this. So spaces and then end equals this. Now, what will happen in this? Let's say for row 1, there will have 4 spaces, okay? And for row 2, there will be 3 spaces, okay? So on, for the fifth row, there will be 0 spaces, okay? Then, uh, uh, yeah, at this place, what we'll do, then again one, okay, not here, here, yeah. For j in, now this nested loop for j in, what I'm going to write is for the printing stars and inside the spaces. Now let's just look at this. Then what should we write inside this? Range 2 asterisk I minus 1. Okay, for the spaces. So this particular thing which we have put inside the range, it will do what? It will basically uh, it will gives us the total width of the star. Okay, means total, you can say, uh, length you can say, okay. And then the next line will be if j is equal to 0, or j is equal to, then we'll give like this, 2 into I minus 2. Now what do you mean by this? This line means that if it is the first position or if it is the last position, then print asterisk. Okay, so if j, the position, if it is equal to 0, so mean it is the first position, so print a asterisk. If it is, now asterisk we have not print yet, so let me first print the asterisk, and we'll make sure that we'll do end as like this. Okay, now if the j value is at the first position, it means we have to print a asterisk, and if it is the last position, then also we have to print a asterisk. Other than that, if anything is, if it is a middle, okay, so then we'll print a space. And the end, I think, in the nested loop itself there will be a print, so that we can move to the next row also, because this was about one single row at each time. Okay, now this is all set for the upper part. For the lower part, for the lower part for I in range, now everything will be same, just like in the lower pyramid what we are doing. Okay, so it will go till from row -1 to 0, and then step will be -1, and then again same approach will be followed. Now again we'll use one loop for the spaces. So for j in range, rows minus I. Okay, and then we'll print everything as it is, that is spaces, and equals like this. Okay, The next loop will be for printing the for j in range. Then same approach will be followed here also for 2 into I minus 1. Then again, if j is equals to 0 or j is equals to 2 into I minus 2, okay, then print the asterisk. I'll print the spaces. Okay, let's verify the code once. Let's check now. Okay, so I hope this is, yeah, one, how many spaces are there? And one space is there. Okay, then how many spaces are there? Okay, then no spaces are here. And then, okay, yeah. Okay, so I hope you have got the solution. Okay, no. Is it possible with only one for loop? But it is not correct. I think if possible, run once. Only upper part, else spaces. No, bro, it worked correctly. But uh, your question was, but is it possible to do with only one for loop? So if we will use only one for loop, no, so then what we have to do, then we have to use the conditional statement, okay? If you want, no, if you want to use only with one loop, okay, means you don't want, means I'm not getting your point, bro. You want only one parent loop, okay, for the upper part and the lower part, same. Am I right? Yeah, in this example also we use if, but we are using the if when we are trying to print the asterisks, okay? But if will not, I guess if I'm not sure, but I think that if we'll use only one parent for loop, then what will happen? No, we have to for figuring out also that how many stars will be used in the row. For that also we have to use if and else. Okay, in this only two nested loops used, but I'm asking only one nested loop is enough. I have not tried that logic, bro, but yes, it is possible. See, if you'll use one parent loop for the upper part and one inner loop, and then uh, we'll do what for the spaces, we'll use one conditional statement that suppose uh, if if j is less than equals to rho minus I like that, and we can print the leading spaces, and then we can use elif concept for printing the asterisk. Okay, so then we can go ahead, and in the else, if it is not from if or elif, then we can print the spaces, the inside spaces, so then we can go ahead. Okay. Yes, of course. Okay, thank you so much for clarifying and providing solution of all my question. Yeah, thank you, bro. I was using the traditional way. Okay. uh you can use whatever way you want, and if you already know, then it's fine. Okay. But what you were saying, that is also correct. Okay, you can go ahead with that approach also. Okay, guys. Uh, I think it's the time. So I hope. Okay. Other than Venkata, anyone other means those who want to just know what happened here. Okay. Because if people are watching, so they might also have, they will also want to know about this. Okay. So anyone want to know about this, just give me a yes or give me a thumbs up so I can just explain you for you guys one more time. Okay. Okay. There is one person that's saying yes, please, sir. Okay. Uh, okay, bro. See, let's start with the first line. Okay. And we'll go line by line. See, rows is equals to 5. Okay. Now this rows which we have taken is for the half of the diamond height. Okay. So basically, when we create a diamond, first of all, understand this part, that whenever we create a diamond, it is a part of one pyramid, and means upper pyramid, and then the inverted pyramid. It is the combination of that. This is the way how a diamond is created. Okay. Now there are many approach, but this is what approach I follow. And then now, because for half of the diamond, the rows are 5. So for the next half, it will be more 4. So according to that, we are going to use the loop. Okay. So basically the total height of the diamond, okay, will be 9. Okay. Now for the upper part of the diamond, this particular code is there. Okay. For the upper part, this particular code is there. Now let's talk line by line about this. See, this is the parent loop, which is for I in range starting from 1 going till rows plus 1, which is making sure that we are that the 5, which is the rows height, that is inclusive in nature. Okay. Now, and this particular parent, because I have told you that this is the upper part of the diamond and it is a parent loop for the upper part of the diamond, so it will be responsible for controlling the current row number in the upper half. Okay. For controlling the current row number, means row 1, row 2, row 3, like that in the upper half. Okay. Now we have used two nested loops here. You can use some different way also. You can find and go on search on Google. There will be multiple ways, but for this way, I have used two nested loops. One for printing the spaces. Now, when you will create a diamond, no, and you will create a hollow diamond, so you have to, if you'll think in your mind, so you will have a figure, so you will have spaces outside the diamond also, and inside the diamond also you will have the spaces. Okay, so for outside the spaces, means the spaces which are outside the diamond, for them I have used this loop. Okay, and this loop is basically, that is, uh, for j in range, it will go till rows minus 1. So suppose if the value of I is 1, so rows is 5, 5 minus 1, so it will go till 5 minus I, that is 4 minus 1 is 4, it will go through 3. Okay, so there will be total 3 spaces outside the diamond. Okay, now then we'll print the spaces. So it will print spaces before the stars, s- so that to make sure that our diamond is center aligned. Okay, because diamond is there, so obviously it will be center aligned only. So to make sure that it is center aligned. Okay, now what will happen if the first row is there? So in first row there will be total 4 spaces. Okay, it will make sure that in first row there are total 4 spaces. Then same thing in the second row, it will make sure that there will have 3 spaces. Then in then in third row 2 spaces, and so on it will be continue, and the last fifth row will have 0 spaces. Okay, so this is for the spaces outside. Now let's do what? Now let's talk about this one. Okay, this particular set, okay, which is for printing the stars and the inside spaces. This particular line of code is for that. In this you will see here, for j in range, and inside the range I have taken 2 into I minus 1. Now this will gives us the total width of the star row. It means that, let's calculate only. I value is 1. Okay, if so I into 2, it will be 2 minus 1, it will be 1. So there will be one asterisk, okay, in the first row, and so on it will be continue for each of them. Okay, now this line is okay. Then comes to next line, that is this one. If j is equals to 0, so j equals 0. It means what? We are checking on the position. Okay, position where you want to put the asterisk. So 0 position means the first, and j equals to 2 into I minus 2. It means what? That if I value is 1, so it will multiply with 2 minus 2. It means again 0. So if 1, so there will be, if there is first row, in first row there will be one asterisk only. So by default it is going to come 0 only. You can take for other I value and you can calculate it with your own. Okay. So, and then we have used the OR operator. Now there is a big use of this OR operator also, that this, if you know the Boolean charts, so then if using the OR operator, it needs only one true to make the whole condition true. Okay, so if this condition is also true, so it is not going to check this condition, it is directly going to print the asterisk. If this condition is false, so then it will check this condition. If this condition is true, so then asterisk will be printed. If both the compound conditions are false, so then a star will be printed. Okay, because in the else case, in the default case, we are printing a star, sorry, a space will be printed. Okay, now after coming out of this, what we are doing, to move to the next row, means to the next line, with, for that we are using this blank print. Okay, now this was for the upper part. If I'll just uh, if I'll just cut this out and I'll just do this, so you will get this type of, okay, half hollow pyramid. Okay, now let me just put it over here. Yeah, and let's now talk about the lower part. So in the lower part also, little bit changes will be there, because in the lower part now we want to go from here. See, if I'll just cut this part, so in the lower part we want to go in this way. Okay, so then if you want to go in this way, so there is one thing that you have to make sure, that you go in decrement manner from higher to lower value. Okay, so all the codes will be in that way only. Other than that, everything will be same. Yeah, now let's talk about this again. For I in range, okay, and range is now in decrementing way, because I have shown you that why we should have to go in decrementing way. So now it will print the bottom half. Okay, but without the middle row again. Okay, because we have done row minus 1, so rows is 5, we have done minus 1, so 4. So it will start from the fourth. Okay, and then it will go till 0, means at the end it will print one asterisk, and then minus 1 for decrementing. Okay, so I is starting from row minus 1, that is 4, and it is down to 1, means it will go till 1. Actually, we can't say go to, it's down to 1 because it is incrementing. Now, for printing the spaces before stars, for j in range, rho minus I, okay, same thing, and we are printing the spaces, okay. Then again, for printing the stars and inside spaces, for j in, same code, 2 asterisk I minus 1, if j equals to 0, or if j is equals to the last position, then print asterisk. Other than that, print a space, and then the print for going to the next row, okay, and then we are getting this. Now I hope it is understood, okay. Any problem, again, you can let me know. Okay, thank you so much. So yeah, okay guys, let's keep this much only for today, okay. We'll stay tuned up, guys. We'll see you in the next live session, okay, with a new topic or with the same topic. I'll just find out and let you guys know. So thank you all for joining the live session. I hope you guys are learning Python, okay, and you guys have learned something from this live session. So thank you so much for joining, okay. Okay guys, thank you. I'll end the stream. Bye.